Hi, this is Kevin Fleming from Group Mariana, and today is a very interesting day as we're on our way to the beach, to Playa Mariana, located in Nicaragua, about 8 kilometers south of Masachapa. And today I'm with Eduardo Alaniz. Eduardo Alaniz, he is the construction contractor on site that is now responsible taking care of the civil engineering and the water design and installation of the water. So we're going to learn a little bit more about that on site. But I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce you to him and get a little background of why I selected him and the confidence that I have in his company to take care of our project. Because as you know, a 923-acre project at the beach is not something you come by too often. And when it comes to putting in infrastructure, it's definitely not something you want to do twice. So for those of you just tuning in late, I'm Kevin Fleming, the chairman, founder at Group Mariana. Been involved with Nicaragua about 20 years. Developing this project through good times, bad times, indifferent, all kinds of crazy stuff, starting construction, stopping construction, starting again, and now we're starting again. So whenever you're watching this video, it's now January 2026, and what you're going to hear now is a little bit of the history and the story of Eduardo, and I'm going to ask him some questions, and I look forward to hearing all the answers myself because I am yet still learning a little bit more myself. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Eduardo, and I'm going to just let him introduce himself first. So Eduardo, I'm going to pan over to you, and for our audience today, why don't you go ahead and just start by telling us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been involved in Nicaragua and what got you into the area of construction.
Okay, so hi, my name is Eduardo. I'm the owner of Alaniz Construcciones. We've been working on construction since 2021 independently, because before that I worked in a construction company and another big company that did earth moving projects. And once I knew I could do things for myself, I started my own company. I've lived here all my life. I'm a proud Nicaraguan. I love my country. I love seeing this type of projects come here because it benefits us all. It's great to see how people like Kevin, like Mike, have a lot of interest in our country, because Nicaragua is a beautiful country. We with a lot of potential. I just think it needs to be exploited.
That's great. Thanks, Eduardo. So, one of the things you'll find about Nicaragua when you're in this country is that the Nicaraguans are very proud of their country, and the culture in which you get to come and to know and to learn, you're going to find it out pretty fast. So what I wanted to ask you, Eduardo, is when it comes to construction in major projects, you were mentioning that you were just finishing up this other project. Maybe you can just tell us a little bit about the scale of that work, so people can get an understand of whether you do 20-story high-rises, you're building highways in the country. What I want to understand a little bit more is the scale of the work you've done from small projects to large projects, whether it's building a casita, a bathroom, or a highway. And maybe you can just explain to us a little bit more about what you've done and what you can do.
Okay, so my company does all types of projects. We can do from a small pump house that we're executing right now, all the way to a big, I don't know the name. I don't know the proper way to say it, but the
grading of roads.
Yeah,
or
no, the grading of a like a piece of land where a big with it. That's like what we're doing right now. Movement. Yeah, the earth movement of.
So you can move enough dirt for a golf course.
Yeah.
If someone wanted to come to you and say, I have an 18-hole Jack Nicklaus signature golf course coming to the beach, and I need to move 100,000 cubic meters of dirt.
Yeah, that's our specialty.
No, I just made that up. Is that a lot of dirt?
It's a lot. It's a lot. But in 2020, from 2024 and 2025, we did 145,000 cubic meters of dirt in all the projects.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Of all the projects that you did
in between the year, 2024 and 2025.
Okay, so that would be a golf course. Okay, so that's very interesting.
We have enough machinery to execute it in one project.
Now, when it comes to the machinery that you have, when you say you have the machinery, it's like at your office in Managua. Is that where you're
No,
located?
right now we're at a project in Leon. Like I said, we have the grader, the excavator, the tractor, the dump trucks. They're in the project right now. We're almost done. So that way we're going to be able to bring them to Playa Mariana and start the work on the roads.
No, sorry to interrupt you, but the thought that came to my mind right now is, so I'm going to get this right now clear. Will you teach me how to drive one of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
No problem.
I get to go jump on the graders and drive all the equipment. I did that when we first started the project on one of the tractors, but it's just a picture of me on the tractor. I didn't really drive it, but I'd like to drive one. I'd like to try it. So, okay. All right. So look, now we're both in the image. Okay, cool. I'll just leave it right there. Mike's in the background. Okay. So for everybody listening right now, in the back seat is Mike. He has been a client, investor, friend. For the last 20 years involved with our projects in Nicaragua. And now he's in country once again. He's taken after the responsibility for looking after the agents on site. So that's Mike. That's Mike in the back over there. He's watching it. So going back to Eduardo now. So you got your own equipment. They're all in Leon. Now, I don't have an idea. Well, I do, but it's an old idea of cost. But so let's say a grader, because people know what a grader is. But let's say people don't know what the equipment is. This is they're just like a 2-year-old. So let's explain equipment to them. Really boring stuff maybe for some. I like it. But tell me about the equipment you have in Leon that you own and what it's for.
Okay, so the tractor, its main function is to remove stumps, cut, and then that'll just push material to the side.
Would you say that's like a bulldozer?
Yeah, bulldozer.
Bulldozer. Okay,
bulldozer.
So when we say tractor, my mind goes to like bulldozer. Okay, because people will have that in their mind.
Yeah.
I say tractor, people might think they're farming and cultivating.
Yeah,
some
no,
land.
it's the correct name is bulldozer.
But in Nicaragua, will they say tractor?
We call them tractor.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we call them
All right.
tractor.
Okay, so you got a tractor, you got a bulldozer. Okay, next.
And then we have the excavator, which, as its name, it excavates.
That's like the big scoop on it. The
Yeah.
excavator is the one with the big scoop and scoops up
Yeah,
the dirt.
it scoops the dirt, and
All right.
we can use it like for a lot of things. We can cut. We can
Police reported
scoop
ahead.
out material and put it on the dump trucks, and then haul it off the land if needed.
Okay.
And then the in my opinion, the star of the whole project is the grader.
The grader, of course.
Because that's the one that levels the streets and levels everything, and so that way we can have a proper drainage. We can have proper levels that'll make the road last for a lot of years.
That's right. So for those of you just hearing this for the first time, or you don't know what a grader is, think of, and I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. Think of like a really cold climate and the snow falls, or at the airports, and you see they're clearing the snow from the lands, and they're using a grader more or less to remove the snow. That's the type of grader that we're talking about. It's the one with the kind of like the shovel in the middle of the
It's a shovel.
machine?
It's a shovel in the middle.
Okay, good. That's I have it in my mind. I know what it is. Okay, so we got all the equipment that we need. Now, do you just have one piece of equipment each, or do you have multiple pieces?
Yeah, it's one.
One piece of
It's
each one.
one.
Okay. And we're not going to need more than one at a time working on site, right?
One should be enough.
Okay, that sounds good. So, what's interesting to me, I think people can get an idea of stump removal. That really means taking we're cutting down trees or moving dead brush and getting the stumps out of the ground. So you're basically digging them out, and you're doing that with the dozer.
Yeah.
Right. You're doing that with the
We're
dozer.
doing it with
Okay.
the dozer.
Now, does the dozer get the stumps out of the ground? Or does the dozer dig down, or do you need a scooper to get
So the dozer removes them by pushing them.
by pushing them? Okay.
It's the best way to do it because the blade is, I don't know, it can be like 8 meters wide by maybe 1 meter 80 tall.
Okay.
And the dozer that has the tracks, that helps it have more I would say,
Stability?
yeah, or strength or force, I think would be the proper way to say, to push material down.
Got it. Now,
And to the sides.
grading is interesting to me because I know what you're doing, or going to start soon, the potable water design.
Yeah.
And obviously, in that design, taking into consideration the drainage is really important, where that's all going to go. So it's not just grading a small piece. It's almost like you're grading the whole property to some degree to push the water where we want it to go to drain, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, just so I know, and to remind the people listening, when we talk about grading on the land, at what degree are we grading the property and directing the water towards? Is it 1, 10, 15? Like, how do we do that?
Anything above 3%,
Yes.
or a 3 degree grade is it causes the water or the water flow to be too aggressive. So that like
so anything above 3, the water's going to run too fast.
yeah. So it shouldn't be
drainage.
it shouldn't be above 3.
So between 1 and 3 is that
1
correct?
and 3.
Now, you got a guy sitting on top of this tractor 10 feet up in the air, and you got this big machine. Do they have certain calibration levels on the machine? Like, how does that guy know what's 1 degree or 2 degree or 4 degrees?
So this is where the topography comes
Okay.
in, and then with the design, the topographer marks if it needs cut or if the land needs fill.
Okay.
So he marks the points where he wants the tractor to cut.
Yes.
So this way he cuts, and then he measures it with the total station from
Okay,
the
so that's how
topography.
so the guy's basically he's moving the dirt, and the guy down below is guiding him.
Yeah.
Is measuring the dirt that's moving.
Yeah.
It's like, I need a little more, or you took too much and put it back.
If it needs, if he took too much, then the grader comes in and puts back some material.
Puts back some material. Okay.
The tractor isn't as precise in cutting as a grader.
Of course.
Because the grader, it depends a lot on the operator as well.
Sure.
But these guys, I know I've put the best team
Is that
together.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have the guys that are now with you been working with you?
They've been working. Like the company is relatively new, but they've done this all their lives.
All their lives. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. So you mentioned an interesting part about the topographer, and so before we go further, I want to learn more so our viewers can really understand, and people behind the scenes. The other day when we were on the site with you on Saturday, you had the topographer out there.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but tell me what that guy was doing exactly.
Okay, so in the main master plan, like that was I think that was maybe 16 or 14 years ago when you had
The horizontal property
Yeah.
regime that was registered. Yes, correct.
we had two geodesic references which
Sorry,
are
just so I went. Geodesic references?
yeah.
Okay, and what exactly is a geodesic reference?
In simple words, they're GPS points
Okay.
that are placed on the property. These are measured in exact coordinates and exact height.
Got it.
Right. So everything that's around the property, or like the buildings, the bungalows, the roads, everything should be tied to the benchmark.
Makes sense. That's a good way of putting it.
So, as you saw, they were removed. I
Yeah.
don't know how many.
I'm pretty sure when we did it, I remember there was 2 or 3, because in all our conversations with team planning, that was one of the things they first did. But now we couldn't find them. That was part of one of the reasons why we had to do this over again, a lot of things over again. So how many did we put in now? How many markers?
We put 10.
10. So
10.
now we have 10, you could say GPS points to balance the roads and all the other designs off of this. Now, just as a sideline, with Donald, that information you're able to pass off to him? Or you'll be able to
Yeah,
pass
I'll
off
give
to
it to him.
Okay, perfect.
I'll give it to
yeah.
him.
Donald, just so for reference to people listening, Donald Reiki is our architect on site for the development, and he is with the coastal highway now splitting the front part of our parcel basically in half. We need to redesign the master plan and fix things up and basically create a new CAD plan with the coastal highway in there. So that is what he's doing right now, and with these geodesic points as reference, it'll be even more accurate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah,
we did
so-
10 of those.
Yeah. So the main point of putting new points is because if you have more points to tie the total station to, the more accurate it will be when placing things around the
topography
property.
and the grading
Yeah.
and pushing everything perfect.
Because you need to know. This helps us. Marking the lots, the corners of the lots,
Of course.
and placing the concrete benchmarks that I told you had to be put in each lot. So yeah, that's basically the thing. We put 2 where they were originally placed. Then we put 2 down the beach. 4 actually.
4 down on the beach, right?
4 down on the beach.
Did you make it all the way down to the river?
Yeah.
You did. Okay, great.
Then we placed 2 near where the new main entrance will be.
Yes.
And then 2 by the mountain part.
Okay. Oh, you went to the back. Did you go to the backside?
Yeah, but since the GPS doesn't work with when there's trees,
Yes.
we had to place them by the
road?
no, by the where the person's
Oh,
take
by the
care of-
security house there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. At least it gives us a really good shot. And that's actually a very important point because I've been wanting to get more clarification on exactly where they are in that spot. I have a pretty good idea, but getting a better idea now is going to be good.
Yeah.
I saw they put 2 there, right? They
Yeah,
put 1
2.
outside the gate and 1 inside by
One
the well.
inside, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fantastic. All right, so just as a recap, for anyone just listening or scrolling through or fast forwarding the video, I'm with Eduardo Alaniz, a construction contractor firm here in Nicaragua, a local who is on our property now under construction with the pump house and the generator, and pretty well activating our wells with running water right now. And we're moving forward with the design all the way down to the beach to over 100 home sites. And we're talking about the geodesic points that have to be put into the project, which are basically 10 GPS points to better reference the topography on the land, to the grading that needs to take place for the drainage and other purposes in regards to creating roads, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about roads. I'm excited about roads. So for all of us who don't know anything about roads and we're just dummies, I know you explained it to me once what we're doing in the green area down below and the roads and cutting, but maybe just talk to me about roads. How do you build a road in Nicaragua? Both a dirt road, and then when it's a dirt road, what are we putting on top for the pavers?
Before the pavers.
Before the pavers, yeah.
Okay.
Tell us about building a road.
After we already had the part where we put the tractor to do the stump removal.
Yeah.
And then we grade the roads according to the design
Correct.
that we're gonna see once we have the CAD plan,
Right.
the new one. After that, we gotta buy material from a bank.
From a bank.
It's called banco in Spanish.
Okay.
But it's basically like a quarry.
Mm-hmm. A quarry. Okay,
yeah,
all right. So where the material is.
Yeah.
And what kind of material is this?
It's like dirt. We call it material selecto here.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's
I think people will be familiar with this.
yeah, I would say selected material, but
Okay.
it's material that works as a base.
Correct.
So then we bring it on site. We process it with the grader that is conforming it to the design as well.
Correct.
And then the grader processes it with water, and then we compact it with a 10-12 ton roller. Yeah.
Okay.
After that, if we're gonna put the concrete pavers, the one you see in,
That's right.
in almost every part in Nicaragua, we gotta put a small layer of 5-10 centimeter layer of sand.
It is sand. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. Yes.
And then we put the pavers on top, and then we put more sand on top, and then we compact it. So the sand
when you
goes in
say
between.
compacted, that's not the roller that comes over top of it.
It's a smaller roller doesn't vibrate.
Okay.
It just accommodates the sand in between the seams
Correct.
in between every paver. So that tightens it, and that's how.
Okay. So for those who didn't catch that, our plan at Playa Mariana right now, in the case you're just listening to this, it's January 2006, and we are
26.
hopefully 2026. What did I say? 2006?
So you said
Yeah, 2006.
2006.
Oh my gosh, my mind's going back to when I bought the property. I'm old. I'm old. It's 2026, and our plan right now is once the water design is complete, and probably, hopefully, that takes how long? Are we looking at like 6 to 8 weeks for that water design, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once the water design is complete, that pretty well means that we're ready to move dirt and everything else on the site. So we're probably looking at end of March or April for dirt movement. So the plan is to grade out all the roads. Now, I think you mentioned 30 centimeters deep. Is that what we're doing? Is that how you prepare the roads?
Yeah, we're gonna cut from the actual level right now.
Correct.
30 centimeters.
All right, so we're going to cut 30 centimeters deep. So when you come to the property, maybe by January of 2026, March, at our groundbreaking discovery event, we should have the topography laid out to where all the roads are going to go. We might be able to scrape it a little bit to show you the general design of where the roads are going to go. And that's going to be really exciting. So let's talk about cost of roads these days. So when you go buy this material, is it pretty general, like a kilometer of this material that you need to buy? It's pretty standard. The price fluctuates year over year, but what are you talking about in cost more or less?
Okay, so every project, it's not responsible for me to say this costs
Sure.
this, like to give a generalized cost of
Okay.
a
Average.
kilometer. Yeah,
I have an idea, but
because every project is different.
okay.
So in the stump removal and on when you remove stumps, you have a layer of we call it vegetal layer.
Vegetation?
Vegetation, yeah, vegetation layer could be. So it depends.
Also, you might have to go deeper in some areas versus lesser in others.
Because if you do
Hazard
this
reported ahead.
on winter, then you're gonna have a greater.
Sure.
You're gonna have a green. I don't know how to say it, bushes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know the name.
So, like you're talking about, but I think we're talking about the material. So, are you more concerned about every road is not the same?
Yeah, so
because it depends on the preparation of the road.
It depends. So this is the first part, right?
Okay.
And then we stabilize with the grader the lower part before the layer of selected materials
Got it.
come.
Yeah, because when you pull out the stump, there's a hole there.
But the price of buying the material is almost the same everywhere.
Right.
Almost.
I would imagine it would be.
Yeah.
We should go visit one of those quarries one of these days. I'd like to.
Yeah, we could go today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it's close by.
Yeah, it's close by.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what they're probably using the same quarry for the coastal highway along the road?
We're gonna
right?
use
Basically the same
one.
stuff. Oh, maybe we should go by. That'd be
It's
interesting.
the same owner
Yeah.
that owns like two or three.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. If it's close by, let's go check it out. I'd like to see that. So that's interesting about the road. So you are on the site of Playa Mariana, and we're talking about in all the quotations that we're doing the water, the design, the earth movement. Now the topography, that's a lot. That's a huge progress for us. But tell me what else your company does. You've been talking about doing quotations for us on the entrance, the bungalows, and different things. Is there a side construction company you got that I don't know about, or these are just skills you have that are secret and you're just letting me know?
No, we do everything. As a construction company, our main thing or our main activities are earthworks. But like I said before, I know I have a team that's capable of everything. You've met Marvin. He knows a lot.
I was just as soon as I said team, I was thinking about Marvin.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop right here because we have to talk about Marvin. I was so impressed with Marvin. We had a meeting at our office in Granada when I first met Eduardo, and Marvin was there, and he doesn't speak English, but I understand somewhat a little bit of Spanish, but I was really impressed by him. So Marvin's going to be our on-site supervisor, more or less.
Yeah, he's going to be all the time.
Tell our viewers, our listeners, tell us about Marvin. Tell us about the guy that's on-site 24/7 that's looking after all this.
Okay, so Marvin is my I'd say my main engineer because he knows a lot. He's already he doesn't like to be called old, but he's been through a lot of projects, so he has a lot of experience. He's gonna be on site. He basically he knows about work.
So what type of engineer is he?
He's a civil engineer.
He's a civil engineer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Marvin is amazing, and so I liked Eduardo when I met him because he spoke English and Spanish and knew what he was doing. But I also liked the fact that I knew Marvin was going to be on site, because when we're talking about water and science and grading and where things to go initially, he just knew. It was just like the back of his hand. So that gave me a tremendous amount of confidence on top of what I already was feeling and knew and had learned. Okay, so we're going to talk about more. So now we're driving in the car. So we should stop at that Super 7 that's up there and we'll grab a coffee and stuff. So, okay, so that's great. So now here's something that I don't know, so I'm going to learn for the first time. We started that entrance that you saw on our site like some years ago.
Yeah.
And it's been sitting out there exposed, covered with vegetation. We now cleared the vegetation.
Yeah.
What is the process of like continuing construction? What do you do? Bring out the sandblaster, clean up the rebar? How do you go forward and pick up from where we left off on a structure like that?
So right now we are working on calculating how much of it is there to be finished.
Sure.
Right. We also are evaluating the materials that we're exposed to all these years.
Correct.
Because rebar is something you cannot play with. So we're gonna try and sandblast it and hope that it doesn't disintegrate, because it's
so
not.
Let's say you save it with sandblasting, but let's say you don't. What's the worst case scenario? What happens next?
It's not gonna have enough resistance when we put the concrete on top.
So that means you just got to put a new rebar in some
It could
places,
be,
or
yeah.
you have to tear it down.
The best thing would be to replace the rebar.
Replace the rebar.
But if
That's exposed.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
exposed. But if we sandblast it and we see that it can be worked with, we're just gonna not
Continue on with it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so we're pulling into Crucero now. So we're gonna bring this part of the interview to a conclusion. Let's call it part 1. And I certainly hope that you've been getting a lot of value out of this first part of the information you're learning from Eduardo, our civil engineer, the construction contractor on site at Playa Mariana. And when you continue to listen into part 2, you're going to find out more, and you're going to be glad you did. Bye for now.